Hey guys, how's it going? So today's texture pack is called the Thornhearts texture pack for Minecraft 1.5.2. Now this is a 32 by 32 texture pack, and I gotta say it's extremely, it's very good for a 32 by 32. Hell yeah. It's not yet completed though. That's the only thing about this texture pack that you guys might want to know ahead of time. As you can clearly see, the sun has been detailed and even the terrain itself. I know my texture pack little section is in the swamp biome, so just bear with me if you guys see some lighter grass pieces and all that stuff. Also, I'd like to apologize if the microphone, or the mic voice, whatever, sounds a little bit different than I usually have it. Like I said, I'm still messing around with the settings of the mic. For some reason, it just went completely haywire and I'm still trying to figure it out. If it sounds pretty decent, please feel free to let me know. If you guys have any ideas how it could work or how I can make the voice sound a little bit more clear, feel free to leave that also. But anyways, here is the review. So right here is the wooden gate and the wooden fence. Here's the grass and dirt terrain along with the wheat and flowers in the back. Next we have the dragon egg and then the end stone. And here's the end portal. So let's go ahead and check out how the end looks. So right here, what I'm always standing on top of is clearly the obsidian. If you're a common viewer of my texture packs, well, that is the obsidian. Right here is the enderman. They have not been edited in any way whatsoever. I even don't think the ender dragon has been edited, but it's still pretty good texture pack. It's still pretty decent. Right here's the beacon that heals the ender dragon. The rays that come out from it doesn't seem to have been any different either, so let's go ahead and continue on with this review. So right here is the iron bars or the iron fence, and then the sugar canes. Next we have the cobblestone, the stone, the diamond, the gold, the iron, the coal, the lapis, and the redstone. And then we have the bedrock and the rest of the other blocks. Just look at the texture design. It's a little interesting because you can kind of feel that little essence of like an RPG style, and I can actually grasp that mainly because of the way certain textures in this pack look. As you can clearly and obviously see. And then right here are the nether rack. It's kind of funny because it looks like the nether bricks, but they're not. So here's the pumpkin like if they were being harvested. Here's the wheat and the nether fence right there. And then right here we have the nether portal. And you can see the nether portal is very clear, see through. And again, here's the sun. So let's go ahead and check out how the nether looks. So right here is the nether. As you can see, the zombie pigmen have not been changed at all, along with the golden sword hasn't been changed either. Fire animation has been kept to a minimal. It's still the same little default. Here's the lava flow, but the lava isn't flowing, but this is how the texture is for the lava flow. Same thing with the lava just being dropped down from the ceiling. It doesn't seem, like I said, it's not a finished texture, but it's still something worth looking at. And this is pretty much how the nether looks. It's nice and dim. It's supposed to look the way it does. And I honestly gotta say, this texture pack can bring a nice little experience for your single player or multiplayer experiences with you and your friends. So like I said, my texture packs are now starting to be fancy and in far render distance, but because this is a 32 by 32 texture pack, most of you, if not almost all of you, should be able to run this texture pack the way you should in any other form, whether it's in far, just tiny, short, any kind of render distance I believe would actually just be fine and ideal. You can even see the shadows right under the trees onto the water in here. The water does not have any kind of animations, but it's still a nice water. This is how the water looks in a swamp biome. And let me see if it changes color when you go into the lighter field. It seems to go into a little lighter color, but I'm not too sure. That's something that you guys will have to figure out on your own. Yeah! So like I said, this texture does bring a lot of little medieval kind of thing, but like I said, it's also an unfinished texture pack. So just, constantly keep looking up at it until it updates completely. Right here is like the rest of the other bricks. The other ores, and the jungle planks over there. Right here is the chisel block, and it also has a very unique animation, and not animation, but detail that you don't really see in other textures, and really you don't. Most other textures you don't see little individual block pieces having its own little design. And then here's the ender chest. The GUI and font has not been changed, but I'm actually looking forward to it because I feel like this texture pack can do an amazing job. Honestly, I already love it now, so I'm kind of hoping the GUI changes itself too. So right here is the quartz block and everything else along with it. The block of redstone looks like a piece of Jolly Rancher candy. I'm actually pretty hungry. And then right here's the hopper and the dropper and the activator rail. Next is the snow panes all around the gravel. And here's the items inside the picture frames. Now as you can see, only some items have been changed, but like I said, it's an unfinished texture pack. But it's very detailed and it's fine enough to play now. Like, it's honestly fine enough to play now. So right here's the cobblestone wall, and here's the moss stone wall. then there's the pot. And as for mob skins and even Steve skins, as you can see, nothing really has changed. And here is the beacon. So, whoa, I was about to burp, sorry about that. So, in other words, things, okay, hold on. Okay, it's not gonna burp. But the font did change onto the signs, but not onto, you know, just your regular kind of stuff here. Or actually, it kind of does look like it. I'm sorry, it probably has changed. But like I said, mobs haven't been changed at all. They are still kept the same. I'm actually looking forward to this texture pack. I'm wondering if the texture pack creator will in fact make the mobs different. But for right now, they're only left the same, which is fine because you don't really need it. The texture already looks amazing. Feel free to try it out, you guys. Like, honestly, it's a really good texture pack, and the amount of frames per second you should get from it is extremely good. So the torches on the left and right side, redstone torch at the very end. Here's a lighter color wool, and here's a darker color wool. And look, even the sun and the sky is changing with the setting. Yeah! And right here is the ladders. Your awesome ladders that help you escape everything. So right here are your slabs, and then right here are your stairs. And here's the flowing water, but the water isn't flowing, but that's fine. And right here's the cactus, and right here's the minecart and the boat. So like I said, this texture pack does bring a little medieval, kind of, not medieval, but an RPG feel. You can see it in the texture design itself. It reminds you of, like, you know, the GBA games. Like, they're perfect, they're awesome. And right here's the wooden pressure plates on top of the stone, or cobblestone. Next is the glowstones on the left and right side, levers on the left and right side, and trapdoors right below me. Stone pressure plates on top of the moss stone. Iron door is obviously the left, and the wooden door is on the right. Those textures haven't been changed, but I am actually curious on how they're going to come out when this texture pack is completely finished. So right here is the redstone wiring, more mushrooms, lily pads, and more rails. Sticky piston has been changed, and regular piston also has been changed. Glass panes have also been changed, and they look a little bit more clear. Even the glass blocks, which are usually up here in the ceiling, but you can't see them. They're really see-through. So these are the note blocks over there, over here, and these are the music player blocks. Right here is the bed. You have a nice little blue blanket and a nice comfortable pillow. You have a cake there, but the cake is always a lie. The bookshelves haven't been changed along with the enchantment table, brewing stand, but the cauldron does seem to look a little bit more darker. And now let's check out what's inside in the chest. So item wise, texture design hasn't been changed, as you can see here. And even in this one, it hasn't been changed either. But it's still alright because the majority of this texture pack has been changed enough to be playable, honestly. Even when it's unfinished and it has only the missing textures is only coming from that anvil, it's still pretty good. So right here's the daylight sensor, heavy sensor, and light sensor. And now let's go ahead and bring out the diamond armor and the diamond sword. So let me just grab this out. But I already know the diamond armor isn't, you know, detailed, but if you guys are still watching, this is what I'm going to do every time. So right here's the backside. As you can clearly see, neither one has been changed, but it's still okay. The terrain looks amazing, and everything else just seems to work with everything. So anyways, you guys, thank you so much for watching the review. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this texture pack because I found it to be very interesting, especially for a 32x32 texture pack. It's very rare that we come across ones that can actually grasp that kind of RPG feel, and when it does happen, that's when I jump in there and review it. So yeah, again, I would like to apologize if the voice sounds a little weird. Feel free to leave any suggestions or any feedback. It's strongly appreciated, and I highly hope to read some because I want to know if you guys know any kind of way you guys think my microphone can sound a little bit more clear or any more different. But anyways, you guys, take care, peace out, have a good week. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the videos, and look, the terrain looks amazing. So take it easy, you guys. Take care.